Well, good morning. Happy Tuesday, y'all. Hey, Shay, good morning. Good to see you. Welcome to Storytelling Tuesday, y'all. Hanging with Hal. Hey, Ryan, good to see you, brother. Good to see y'all on this Tuesday. Hope you had a wonderful weekend. I'm sorry I missed yesterday, but I was super busy and just wasn't quite feeling it either. Had a good weekend, but it was kind of rough in some other instances too. So, wasn't quite feeling it yesterday, but I'm glad we're back today because I didn't want to miss Storytelling Tuesday today and this story I've been promising you for the last couple of weeks. Hey, Philip McElroy, good to see you, brother. Merry Christmas, y'all. Hope y'all are ready for Christmas too. But I'm really glad we got a chance to make it today. I'm excited about this story. I'm trying to delay it a little bit while a few folks jump on. But this story is the last in my Africa series, at least for the time being. I've got some more Africa stories for you, but we're going to switch it up after this one. And I wanted to end on this one because it's a very special Christmas story as well that I think you're going to enjoy a whole lot. This is a story that when I think about it myself, sometimes I have a hard time believing it. And it's also the continuation of the story from last week. If y'all remember last week, I had that encounter with some guys that got into our compound looking for our security guy. Found out that they were mad at him because he owed them some money or something. But got out of that. It was kind of a hair-raising night all night. But the sun did eventually rise, thank goodness. And I was scheduled to fly out that day from Soyo, the little village I was in, to Luanda, the capital city, and then from Luanda back to Houston and back home. Hey, Amanda Walker, good to see you, girl. Go check out some Amanda Walker's music out there. Fabulous piano player and wonderful artist all the way around. My fellow Last Honky Tonk Music Series artist right there. Good to see you, Amanda. Hey, Steph, good to see you this morning. Thank y'all for being here. So one of the greatest things about my time in Africa and being in the little village of Soyo was that I kind of got to watch the village grow up. When I first got there, if you remember, they were only flying in little 8-seater bush planes because they were still working on the airport runway there. So at this time, I had been in Africa 2 or 3 years. I can't remember if it was my second or third year there. I believe it was probably my third. But the village had grown up quite a bit. They were building a big LNG plant there. The Chinese were building all kind of stuff. And they had finished the runway of the airport enough where they were flying commercial flights out of there. And they were flying jets that were about 40 or 50 people. So they went from 8-seaters to commercial jets. And if you remember that this time it was getting ready for Christmas, everybody was leaving or had left. I stayed back a day because I had some work to finish up. So I told the logistics guy for the base that when he came around scheduling everybody's flights earlier in the week, everybody was flying out on Friday, I think, and I was scheduled to fly out Saturday. Well, I was scheduled to fly out Friday, but I told him, I said, hey, I got to stay back one more day because I've got some stuff I'm going to have to finish to get out before I can go home for Christmas. So he said, okay. And I was scheduled to leave the day after all my other workmates did. So if you remember the story from last week, it was just Don Fawcett and I in our little compound there the night before when these guys showed up and got into our compound and kind of scared the heck out of us that night. But the sun did rise, and I was ready to come home for Christmas. So I had all my bags packed. They had a driver, like they always do in a van, come to the house to pick me up. And off to the airport I went. And you get there at the Soyo airport. You arrive very early, 6:30 in the morning. And you wait on them to open the gate. And you have to realize in Africa, when you're in an airport, any kind of airport, whether it's a major airport or a small rural airport like Soyo, there is no such thing as a line. So you get there, and when they open the desk up, you just try to get to the front. And everybody's trying to get to the front. So I had all my bags with me and everything, and I was excited to come home. And so when they opened the airport and they opened the desk up. I went to stand around the front, but I never was the kind to really bump elbows and really try to push my way. Eventually you're going to get seen for the most part. So I try to move my way up some, but I'm not like Black Friday pushing people out of the way and stuff like that, although that does happen all the time. So they open the desk up, and I'm waiting to get to the desk to show them my name on the clipboard to say, this is me. I'm leaving out today, flying to Rwanda. And as I'm in this, the room where the desk is probably about as big as the studio. And there's probably 60 people in there or 70 people. And this is really the last day you can leave before the Christmas holidays. So it's a madhouse anyway with guys like me, expats like me trying to get home. So I'm sitting there, all my bags and everything, waiting to get to the desk. And as I'm sitting there, this local guy strikes up a conversation with me. And this is, I'll never forget this because he starts talking to me, and he's probably in his early 20s. And he says, are you American? And I said, yes. He said, I always like to come to America one day. And I said, oh yeah. So we started talking, and I said, what's your name? He said, my name's Wilson. And I'll never forget that because of the Castaway movie. He said, my name's Wilson. I said, okay, Wilson, nice to meet you. And we start talking, and I'm thinking he works at the airport, just because of where he was standing. But he asked me things like, what do you think about my country? And I said, I think your country's beautiful. And he's like, you do? I said, yes, I do. I think, y'all have issues like every other country. This country of Angola was in civil war for 35 years. Just recently before I had arrived. So I was talking to Wilson, waiting to get to the front, and we talked there for a few minutes, had a real nice conversation. Hey, Mr. William. Hey, J.C. Bryant. Good to see you, brother. Hey, Patricia Box. Good morning. Johnny Chauvin. Good to see you, brother. Randall for you. Rockin' Randall's on. Johnny Chauvin. 2 Louisiana legends right there. Jamie Honeycutt. Good morning, brother. Telling stories about Africa today, the last of my Africa series. And this is the story of me flying home for Christmas. So I'm talking to Wilson there, waiting on my turn to get to the counter, and we had a very nice conversation there. But eventually he kind of wanders off, and I get to the counter, and I'm trying to show them my name on the clipboard so I can get my ticket and get on my flight, or wait for my flight, because you get there very early in the morning, but you never know when your flight's going to come, for the most part. So I get to the counter, and I tell them who I am, show them my badge. My name's not on the register. So, well, got to be some mistake, my name's got to be here. I'm leaving today. No, we don't have you on the register. Oh, I start kind of freaking out. So I get my BlackBerry out, I call Don. I said, Don, they're telling me down here at the airport that I don't have my name on the register. I'm supposed to be leaving today, So he gets on the phone. He said, let me figure out what's going on. So he gets on the phone for me, calls the base, calls the logistics guy at the base. Well, after several minutes, a little while, I'm waiting outside. And when you're waiting outside the airport at Sorio, you're sitting on your bags, if you're sitting down or you're standing up, and there's really nowhere to sit or anything like that outside. It's real dusty out there. You'll see chickens running around and things like that. People trying to sell you a bottle of water for $20 and stuff like that. Hey, Scott Bailey, Bruce Aber, good to see y'all. Hey, Red, good to see you this morning. I'm waiting on Don to get there, the logistics guy to get there that Don had called. Well, this guy shows up from the base, and he's got his clipboard. And I go up there and talk to him. I say, hey, my name's Hal Bruni. You remember I'm supposed to be leaving today. I talked to you last week, and everybody else left yesterday, but I'm supposed to be leaving today. And he gets his clipboard out, and he's looking on his clipboard, and I'm explaining it to him, and he reads his clipboard for a few minutes, and then he looks at me and says, "You're supposed to be here yesterday." I said, "No, man, yesterday? Remember I told you I had to stay back one more day. Everybody else left yesterday, but I'm supposed to be leaving today." He's like, "Nope, you're supposed to be here yesterday." And I was like, oh, crap. No way, man. I've got to get on a flight today because I got to get home for Christmas. And I'm leaving today. You know, he's like, not possible. All flights are booked. This is day before, last day to leave before Christmas. It's not possible to get you a ticket today. So I'm freaking out. So, whoa, wait a minute. And this guy is like done with me. He's like, supposed to be here yesterday. Not possible to leave today. See ya. I'm like, crap. So I have no idea what I'm going to do. I don't really have much money because they tell you don't travel with a lot of money, you know. So I had like $50 maybe or something like that. So I think, I got to go find Wilson. Let me go find Wilson. Maybe he can help me. So I go rooting around this airport through all these people, and I see Wilson over there by the door, you know, back there overlooking the runway. So I go up to him and say, Wilson, I need your help. Can you help me get on a flight today? You know, there was a mistake with my flight, and I was supposed to be here yesterday, they're telling me, and now I don't have a ticket. Can you get me on a flight somewhere? And he looks at me and says, I don't work here. I was like, he said, I'm waiting on a flight to go to see my family in Luanda. I said, what? You don't work here? We were just talking. I thought you were, you know, one of the bad guys or something, because he had kind of a little vest on. He said, I don't work here. I was like, oh man, I am screwed. He said, well, maybe I think I can help you. I said, oh yeah. He said, I do know somebody that works here. Let me go see if I can find him and maybe we can help you. I said, great. He said, follow me. So I go following Wilson around this airport, you know, and the place ain't very big, but it's packed full of people like this, you know. So we're going through, and we walk outside looking, and he sees his friend over there. So we go running up to this guy who does have an orange safety vest on, and he does work for the airport. So Wilson's talking to him, and they're talking in Portuguese, so I can't really understand. And Wilson's explaining to him my situation, asking him if there's anything he can do for me. And the guy looks at me and says, do you have any money? And I said, I have some. How much do I need? Can you get me on a flight today? He said, I can get you on a flight today for $200. I said, $200? Crap. All I got's like $50. So I pull my BlackBerry again. I start dialing. I call Don. I said, Don, man, I'm at the airport. This guy's telling me he can get me on a flight for $200. Do you have any money? He said, we got some petty cash money. I can bring you some money. We got about that much in petty cash. I was like, damn, okay. So here comes Don back to the airport, and he gives me $200. The whole time I'm sitting there waiting with Wilson, and Don gives me the $200. Me and Wilson go back to find that guy. Well, we find this guy in the vest again. He says, you have the money? I said, yeah, I have the money right here. He said, okay. He said, give me the money. I said, okay. So I give this guy $200, and he disappears. And Wilson says, oh, it's okay, he'll be back. I said, okay. So he disappears, and he's gone for a while. And I'm still standing with Wilson talking to him outside, and eventually this guy comes back. He comes back, and he's got a ticket book in his hand, and he says, follow me. So I grab my bags, and he's got this ticket book. And when you walk in from where the counter is, once you get your ticket stamped they give you a ticket at the counter and you get it stamped, you have to go through customs, the immigration there. And the immigration in Soyo is just a table with 2 or 3 officers there, and you put your bag on the table, and they open it up and they search through your bag and everything, and then you give them your ticket and your passport, and they stamp your ticket again, and then you go wait in this little lobby till your flight comes. And so I'm with this guy in Wilson, and we walk up to these officers at this table, these immigration officers or these customs officers, and I put my bag on the table, and this guy hands them my booklet and my passport. And they open my bag up, look through my bag, and this girl looks at that guy, and she opens my booklet up and stamps my booklet. And when she opens my booklet up, I see that it's empty. It doesn't have a ticket in it. But she stamped just the paper booklet. So she hands me that and my passport back, and I get to go into the waiting room. And Wilson follows behind me. And this guy in the vest disappears again. So I'm waiting in this waiting room with an empty ticket booklet and my passport. And they put my bags on a cart except my backpack. And I'm waiting with everybody else. And there's no flight schedule really, so you just kind of wait there in the waiting room until your flight's called, and then everybody lines up at the door there, and there's 2 officers there at the door, and when you go out that door, they open your booklet up and they verify your ticket. And that's when you're allowed to go on the runway, on the tarmac, and walk to your plane. So I'm sitting there with Wilson, and we're still talking, we're talking all kind of stuff. We're talking about books we've read. He speaks English very well, and he's got this couple with him. It's a young guy and a young woman who are sitting next to him that are his friends. And they're talking in Portuguese, and because they don't speak any English. And Wilson and I are talking every now and then, and this goes on all day. We watch flights come, we watch flights go, and about 2 o'clock, they call a flight. Wilson gets up and says, "This is my flight. I have to go." He said, "But my friends are going to take care of you, And at this point, I haven't seen this guy with the vest that gave me this empty ticket booklet. And again, I haven't seen, he just disappeared. I'm thinking he took my money and got me in here, and I don't know what I'm going to do. And Wilson's leaving, and Wilson says, "Don't worry, my friends are on the same flight as you, and they're going to take care of you." And I said, "Okay." So Wilson gets up, and he walks out, goes through the guards, out on the tarmac, and I don't see him again. I don't see him ever again. But he was kind of my Christmas angel who helped me get a ticket, or get me to this point anyway. And he says, "My friends are going to take care of you." I said, "Okay." Well, the rest of the day, I'm sitting there with this couple who don't speak any English. And I can understand a little Portuguese at this point because I've been in Angola for a little while. So we kind of communicate a little bit. But I'm just watching flights come, watching flights go. It's getting later and later. And the flights stop coming in and out of there, or stop leaving at least, about 3 o'clock because they don't have any lights on the runway or anything, so you can't fly at night. So the last flight leaves out about 3 or 4 o'clock maybe. So, but we're sitting there all day long, and the whole day, my heart is beating out of my chest. I go, what the heck am I going to do? I don't have a ticket to get on this plane. So they call the last flight of the day, which happens to be ours. They call this last flight to Luanda, and I get up, and this couple gets up, and we're standing in line. We're standing in line, and they open the door, and the 2 guards are right there, one on each side, taking people's tickets, checking them off, and then letting people go to the plane. So I'm got my backpack, I got my ticket in my hand, and I keep walking up, and this guy's right behind me with his girlfriend or his wife, and I keep walking up, and there's the person in front of me. So the person in front of me hands the guard their ticket, and when the guard gives them their ticket back, I go to hand him mine, but the guy behind me just pushes me in the back and hands the guard his ticket and pushes me in the back through, and I start walking to the plane. I just start walking to the plane. I got this empty ticket booklet in my hand, and I'm walking to the plane. And before you get on the plane, there's another guy at the steps of the plane, because this is a commercial flight now, so you got to walk up a flight of steps. There's a guy at the waiting to take your ticket to get on the plane. Well, this guy behind me pushes me right past the guard, hands the guard his ticket. I start walking to the plane, and I'm thinking, I don't know if you've ever seen this movie Midnight Express, but if you've ever seen this movie Midnight Express, it's about a heroin dealer, or I think it's hashish. It's about a hashish dealer. It's a true story of a guy that's trying to smuggle hashish out of Turkey, and then he ends up in a Turkish prison, and they catch him walking to the plane. So I am walking across this runway with this empty ticket booklet in my hand, walking to this plane thinking that they could get to grab me any second. And I'm walking, and I'm just focused on that plane, and I'm walking, and when I get to the plane, to the bottom of the steps of the plane, and go to hand the guy my ticket, I look up, and it's the guy in the orange vest that gave me the empty ticket booklet. And he takes my empty ticket booklet and says, "Have a nice flight." And I'll walk up onto a commercial flight in Angola without a ticket. I get on that plane and I find my seat because there's no assigned seating. I get on that plane and I find a seat and I sit there and everybody else files on, keeps filing on. And I'm thinking the whole time, holy shit, just let me get the hell out of here. Well, sure enough, they close the door of the plane. We take off down the runway. And when those wheels went up, I was like, hallelujah! I'm going home for Christmas, baby! Thank you, Wilson, wherever you are. And it was a great, great Christmas. Oh, my gosh. It takes my breath away just thinking about it. But I did not go to jail. I ended up on a commercial flight out of Soyo, Angola, without a ticket. Kind of like a stowaway, I guess you could say. But it was the most hair-raising 48 hours of my life between what happened the night before and what happened that whole day with Wilson helping me out and me finally being able to get it home for Christmas. I just thank the Lord every day when I think about that story. It's so unbelievable. I can't believe it myself sometimes. But I wanted to share that with you for Christmas. That's kind of like my little Christmas angel story because I consider Wilson my Christmas angel that year for helping me like that. And I hope I get this chance to see him again one day because he's a special soul on this planet wherever he is. I hope he's still well, safe, and happy wherever he is. So, sorry we missed yesterday, y'all, but thank y'all for coming back today because I really wanted to share that story with you before Christmas. And I hope that gives you some some joy for Christmas as well. Hey, Chancey, good to see you. I hope your surgery went well. Good morning. Hey, Misty, good morning. Thank y'all for listening to my story today. My little Christmas joy story right there. Hope that brings you some joy on a Storytelling Tuesday. Yes, the world needs a whole lot more Wilsons, Pansy. They sure do. Whew. I got through it anyway. I hope I didn't miss anything, but I think I hit all the major parts. Henry Daigle, good to see you this morning. I am Hal Bruni, y'all. Merry Christmas. I have a song and a smile for you today, too. I hope you enjoyed the story. I tell you these stories, hoping to share some joy with you, and I hope you do enjoy them. I try to tell them to the best of my ability, and as truthfully as I can, and I try to remember all the major details. So I hope y'all enjoyed that this morning. No, I don't have Wilson's address or info. He lives in Soyo, Angola. So the only way I think I would ever get a chance to see him again would be if I happened to see him online or something like that. But I don't know if I ever got his info or not. I think I may have had his Angola number at some point in my BlackBerry, but I don't know. I have to go back and I'm gonna go back through the pictures and see if I have anything as far as that's concerned too. But I would love to see him again one day, because I would love to do something as nice for him as he did for me one day, because I'll never forget him, even though we were only friends for a very short time, less than a day. But we became fast friends, and I thank the Lord for him all the time. Merry Christmas, y'all. Now I got to play a song for you because I get a chance to see my dad today, too, so I'm really excited about that. Haven't had a chance to visit my dad in a long time. Through the whole lockdowns and everything, some of the folks who suffered most are older generation that can't get out of the nursing care homes. My dad's out there in Patterson because he had a hip surgery that went bad a couple of years ago and lost all his mobility. So we haven't had a chance to really see him in person. I think we're going to get a chance to see him today just through the glass. But we will get a chance to see him. So I'm thankful for that today too, and hoping everybody that's still dealing with all that is getting a chance to share some love with the folks that they love too. All right, let's kick it up some. Merry Christmas, y'all. I play Southern music, it comes straight from my soul. From the Delta blues of Memphis to that Georgia rock and roll. From the Alabama country to the swamps of Louisiana. Yeah, Southern music's where it all began. I play Southern music, it's simple and it's sweet. It'll make you wanna tear your heart out, oh, make you wanna tap your feet. It'll make you miss your mama or wanna get drunk and have some fun. I tell you, Southern music's where it all came from. Yeah. W.C. Handy gave us all the blues. Bill Monroe came from the hills and taught us something new. Hey, there was a traveling troubadours. And then Elvis and Chuck mixed it all up and they broke down the doors. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Hey, tell Tom I said, hey, Misty. I play Southern music cause it comes straight from my soul. From the city lights and the barroom nights to those back dirt country roads. It's the rhythm of this country and the soundtrack of our land. I tell you, Southern music's where it all began. From the rhythms of the square down in old New Orleans, and from the horns of Dixieland to that good old Texas swing. I play Southern music, yeah, and I play it with pride. I'm gonna play my Southern music till I die, die, die. I'm gonna play my Southern music till I die. Yeah, brother. Whoa, yeah. Lord, till I die. But thank God I'm still living. What's up, dog? Yeah, you're right. Woo! Play that Southern music till I die. Play that Southern music till I die. Happy Tuesday, y'all. Thanks for joining me today. I appreciate that. Hey, I hope you enjoyed the story. I enjoyed telling it. I sure appreciate y'all listening. And I hope they got your Tuesday started out right with a song and a smile. And a good story for Storytelling Tuesday. Hey, I hope you have a great week this week, y'all. We're going to be back tomorrow for Wayne Wednesday, and then we're going to have a little Christmas Eve special on Thursday. So I hope you stick around for that, for Thankful Thursday on Christmas Eve. Big dog, good to see you, brother. Yeah, thanks, Chauncey. I appreciate that. So y'all have a wonderful Tuesday, y'all. Leave me some comments about what you got going on, how your weekend went. So I missed you yesterday, but I'll be posting some pictures of Joey and I fishing. Over the weekend, we had a chance to go see Uncle Scott at his house, and then down at Cotton Road, caught a few fish, and got to see the outdoors some, which was nice. So hopefully go get a chance to do that again between now and the first of the year. Maybe even make it to the camp for a night. So looking forward to all that. Hey, Tony, good to see you. I've got to still get it over there and see what you got record-wise. Looking forward to that, too. Hope y'all are doing well. Hey, Daisy, good morning. Good to see y'all this morning. Sorry I got to run so soon, y'all, but I appreciate you listening to the story. Catch the replay if you're just joining us, and catch us tomorrow for Wayne Wednesday, too. Should be a good one. I'll try to have something great for you for Christmas for Wayne Wednesday tomorrow, so come back and see me then. In the meantime, y'all, you know what to do. Spread some happiness and healing, perpetuate that positivity, and we'll see you tomorrow for Wayne Wednesday. Peace!